Top U.S. cities with the most homeless people. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're addressing an important issue that affects many cities across the United States: homelessness. In this video, we're going to take a look at the top U.S. cities with the most homeless people. We'll explore why these cities face such challenges and what's being done to address this pressing issue. Let's dive in. In many American cities, the number of homeless people is on the rise. The cities with the largest numbers of homeless people include New York, Los Angeles, and Seattle. A number of reasons contribute to the problem, such as rising housing costs, economic inequality, and a lack of resources for addiction and mental health support. Despite having strong economies and cultural environments, these cities' acute homelessness problems underscore the urgent need for all-encompassing measures. 1. New York City, New York. New York City, the biggest metropolis in the U.S., is still dealing with a serious homelessness problem. The city has the largest population of any city in the United States, with over 88,025 homeless people living there. This covers those living in temporary homes, shelters, and on the streets. Rising housing costs, economic disparity, and a lack of reasonably priced housing choices are the main causes of the issue. While New York City has taken a number of steps to address the problem, including emergency shelters and supportive housing programs, problems still exist. In order to give stability to individuals without houses in the busy city, advocacy organizations stress the need for additional long-term solutions, such as extended mental health services, vocational education programs, and long-term rental initiatives. 2. Los Angeles, California. Los Angeles is facing a serious homelessness issue with an estimated 71,320 homeless people. It has one of the highest rates of homelessness in the U.S. as a result. A shortage of reasonably priced housing, growing living expenses, and problems including drug misuse and mental health disorders among disadvantaged groups are the main causes of the crisis. The city has taken action against homelessness with projects including Project Roomkey, supported housing programs, and shelter expansions. But these initiatives fall short of meeting the increasing need. Local officials and advocacy organizations stress the significance of structural changes, more financing, and community cooperation in addressing this complicated problem and offering long-term solutions to the homeless population of Los Angeles. 3. Seattle, Washington. Having 14,149 people homeless, Seattle, a city renowned for its creativity and scenic beauty, is still having a serious homelessness problem. This encompasses those residing in shelters, on the streets, or in transitional housing. The shortage of affordable housing, economic inequality, and rising housing costs are the main causes of the issue. Numerous initiatives have been put in place by the city, including quick rehousing initiatives, shelter expansions, and more financing for addiction and mental health services. However, the scope of the issue has not yet been adequately addressed by these activities. To give stability and dignity to Seattle's homeless population, community organizations and municipal authorities emphasize the need for more all-encompassing solutions, such as long-term housing investments and preventive measures. 4. San Diego, California. Renowned for its beautiful beaches and pleasant environment, San Diego is facing an increasing homelessness problem with a projected 10,264 people living on the streets. This covers individuals in temporary shelters, as well as those who are unsheltered who reside in encampments, cars, and the streets. A lack of affordable housing alternatives, growing housing costs, and economic disparities impacting disadvantaged groups are the main causes of the issue. In order to solve the problem, the city has increased outreach, invested in supportive housing developments, and increased shelter capacity. While short-term solutions like temporary housing and safe parking initiatives try to offer assistance right away, long-term plans concentrate on addressing the underlying issues. San Diego is still looking for creative and cooperative ways to fight homelessness and provide a path toward stability in spite of these initiatives. 5. San Jose, California. San Jose, which is at the center of Silicon Valley, faces a serious homelessness issue, which is a reflection of the widening gap between the cost of housing and the region's affluence. The problem of homelessness, which affects thousands of people, is caused by economic disparity, a shortage of affordable homes, and rising housing expenses. Families, veterans, and those dealing with addiction and mental health concerns are among the unhoused population. The city's initiatives include investing in affordable housing projects, boosting access to social services, and increasing shelter capacity. While long-term solutions concentrate on creating more permanent supportive housing, emergency shelters and temporary housing programs seek to offer aid right now. Notwithstanding these efforts, the scope of the problem necessitates more extensive structural adjustments to deal with the underlying reasons for. 6. San Francisco, California. San Francisco will still have a severe homelessness problem, with about 8,323 people without a place to call home. The city's high cost of living, lack of affordable housing alternatives, and soaring housing expenses all contribute to the homelessness problem. Many people become homeless as a result of drug abuse, illnesses, mental health issues, and financial difficulty. San Francisco has implemented a number of efforts to combat homelessness, including supportive housing projects, mental health services, and shelter beds. But the city faces a shortage of resources and growing demand. To provide long-term solutions, advocacy organizations and local authorities stress the need for a more all-encompassing strategy that addresses the root causes of homelessness, increases financing for social services, and expands affordable housing. 7. Oakland, California. Oakland, California, remains plagued by a severe homelessness issue, with thousands of people lacking permanent homes. High housing costs, development, economic disparity, and a lack of cheap housing choices are the main causes of the city's homeless population. The majority of Oakland's homeless population resides in encampments, cars, or the streets. In order to combat homelessness, Oakland has put in place a number of initiatives, such as increasing the number of emergency shelters, supportive housing initiatives, and outreach campaigns to offer vital resources. But the need for resources is much greater than the supply of answers. Increased financing for long-term preventative initiatives, mental health care, and affordable housing is still being pushed for by advocacy organizations and city leaders. Even with advancements, there are still many obstacles in the way of tackling the underlying issues and offering long-term solutions for Oakland's homeless population. 8. Sacramento, California. Thousands of people in Sacramento, California, will be homeless, contributing to the city's worsening homelessness problem. High housing costs, a lack of affordable housing, and socioeconomic problems, including poverty and mental health issues, are the main causes of the problem. While some individuals depend on makeshift shelters, many others live in encampments, tents, or on the streets. The city has increased outreach initiatives, offered supportive housing choices, and increased shelter capacity in an attempt to combat homelessness. Project Roomkey and Fast Rehousing are two initiatives that seek to provide immediate assistance. However, meeting the increasing demand for services is still difficult. Advocacy organizations and local officials stress the need for better mental health care, more affordable housing, and long-term plans to assist people in moving from homelessness to secure living arrangements. Conclusion: the most homeless cities, like New York City, Los Angeles, and Seattle, deal with difficult issues of addiction, mental health, and affordability. The situation has been made worse by rising housing costs, economic inequality, and a lack of affordable housing choices. Even while these communities have put in place a number of initiatives, including outreach programs, supportive housing, and shelters, the rising need for services frequently outpaces the supply of these services. Systemic change is necessary to address homelessness, and this includes sustainable policies, more affordable housing, and mental health assistance. Long-term solutions and cooperation between local governments and communities are crucial as these cities continue to address homelessness. Now, what are these cities doing to tackle homelessness? Many cities are working with nonprofit organizations to provide shelter, health care, job training, and mental health services. Programs like permanent supportive housing, emergency shelters, and outreach efforts are crucial in addressing this issue. However, the solution requires continued efforts from both local governments and communities to make a lasting impact. Homelessness is a complex issue, but by bringing awareness to it, we can push for meaningful change. These cities may have large homeless populations, but the hope is that with continued effort and support, the crisis can be mitigated. If you want to get involved or learn more, consider donating to local shelters or volunteering your time. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and drop a comment below. What do you think needs to be done to tackle homelessness in the US? Stay tuned for more videos, and we'll see you next time.